friends.
And welcome back.
How you doing? How are you today? What is up? I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever in the world you are. I hope that you're staying out of the sun. I hope you're putting on sunscreen.
Or if you're going to the beach, go to the sun. No worries. It's all good. Get
But
a nice
with
tan
sunscreen.
on. Sunscreen for sure.
Yeah.
SPF 50 or above. Don't be a dummy.
Yeah. I mean, sun damage is cumulative. So just protect yourself, but have fun. It's summer. It's awesome. Have a pina colada on me.
Or two.
Not literally, though. Like, I will not pay for your pina colada.
Yes.
I have no money.
You will not. You will not be.
But think of me while you're drinking one, you know? But how's your week going, Kelvin? How are you doing?
Week's going pretty good. Enjoying myself so far. Been really watching the World Cup pretty closely, especially in the Final Four here. Now going down to the Final Two. We got Spain versus Argentina. The prodigy Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi.
Nice.
This will be definitely a new chapter of, are we moving forward with the new greatness to come, or is Messi just that dominant that he's going to halt the passage of time?
Mm-hmm.
Find out on Monday.
Yeah. Kelvin's been getting into running again.
That's something, especially with the hot summers that we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Breath control and learning how to pace myself so I don't just get absolutely annihilated by the sun.
It's hot. I respect that. I'm about to start getting back into running. I am excited though because on this week I have a running vest that my friend gave me. I'm going to put buttermilk in a bag, put it in my running vest, and while I run, I'm going to churn butter.
That's just as strange for me as it is for everybody listening at home. I don't know where that came from.
No, I mean it. I'm so excited to do this. I'm over the moon excited. I've been wanting to do this for years. To churn butter while running, it's just like you're killing two birds with one stone.
Sometimes you just see things on the internet that just, you should have just kept to yourself, but she's making a manifestation of this.
I think you're going to like my butter. I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to salt it afterwards.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with the butter. My thing is just the two things together. How does one come up with this idea?
I saw it on a TikTok.
Is this like an Amish challenge?
No. No, I saw it on a TikTok or like an Instagram reel, and I was like, this is like my calling. This is what I'm meant to do. Like run like 3 miles, and then after it, I get a prize, and my prize is butter. That sounds really fun to me. I don't know if that just doesn't sound fun to you.
It's not even that it doesn't sound fun. It's just like, this is an idea that just someone had to think this through.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do while I'm running? Oh, I could churn butter.
It's like, how can I multitask while doing this task, And churning butter. You can also make ice cream. If you have I don't think you can put it in your vest because then it's like, that'll get too cold. You'll get frostbite. But you can put it in a bag, and you can put like any flavor you want. You put like that bag inside of a bag with ice and salt, and then you run 3 miles, run up to top of a hill, top of a mountain, and then you enjoy your ice cream.
You really thought this through.
Yes, I have. And I've been wanting to do this for years. So I will come back next week, and I will update you guys on how my running butter. I don't have a good name for it.
Butter on the go.
My butter on the go. I kind of like that. I don't hate it, but I don't think we're there yet.
To go butter.
To go butter. My butter to go. I'm just like excited to put it on a Hawaiian roll or like a potato roll and eat it and enjoy the labors of my love. Is that?
No.
Is that
You're talking about the fruit of your labors.
Oh, the fruit. We're so good.
I'm okay. I don't know about you.
Sorry. I don't know English.
It's gone out the goddamn building today.
But anyways, we're happy that you guys are here. We're happy that you're listening. We just had a new episode coming out last week, a bonus episode where we're reviewing movies. It went on really, really well.
Hey, and if you haven't seen it or haven't listened to it, go watch it.
Go check it out. Go watch Obsession. We cover that movie, and it's an amazing movie. I will plug that movie all day, all long.
And it's now streaming. I think it's on Peacock. Don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure it's streaming. Streaming service, not 100%.
Streaming somewhere.
It's streaming somewhere.
But yeah, go check it out. Check out our episode after you watch it, or before. You know,
It's up to you.
I can't control you,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Some people like a little quick synopsis just to get an idea before they go into the movie.
I am like that when it comes to horror movies. Sometimes I like to know what's happening before.
Nah, not horror movies.
I get scared.
Other movies I'm okay with, like learning a
Okay.
little bit. Horror movies, that's like their whole point is to surprise you.
That's true.
If you like know the premise of the whole movie, you're not even gonna get scared. At that point, you're just watching a piece with no fear. So it's like that's horror with no horror. What is that?
I don't know if you're out there and you agree with me, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be scared. I want to be
Soft.
prepared for my fear. I like the thrill of a horror movie more than anything, but sometimes
It's like getting on a kiddie roller coaster. You want to experience it, but you don't want to get the true fear.
let me ride my kiddie coaster, okay? I'd still at least I'm getting on the coaster. I'm going woo over the little tiny bump, and like I feel good. I feel safe. I feel cared for. But I do love roller coasters, so I like the thrill sometimes, but
Just
Obsession
not
is
too
scary.
much, apparently.
Yeah. But okay. We have a couple of juicy stories for you guys today.
Let's do it.
I'm very, very excited for these ones. We're going to start with r/am I overreacting? So, am I overreacting for calling the cops on my girlfriend after I found out what she was doing in my house while I was at work?
What was she doing?
So, throwaway because this is insane. I've been dating this girl for almost a year. We don't live together, but she has a key to my place since I work long shifts and she stays over a lot. Everything seemed normal until yesterday. I came home early and noticed my laptop was open. I always shut it. I checked the browser history and saw she had been logging into my accounts, going through my messages, and even messaging my female coworkers from my Instagram, pretending to be me. Worse, there were searches for, quote, how to track someone's location without them knowing, unquote. And she had downloaded some shady apps. When I confronted her, she broke down and admitted she's been secretly recording voice memos of our conversations on her phone, quote, just in case, unquote, and had gone through my drawers and old photos. She said it's because her ex cheated on her and she's traumatized. But this felt way beyond that. I told her to leave and give me my key back. She refused. Started screaming that I'm crazy for invading her privacy by checking my own laptop, and threatened to tell everyone I'm abusive. I was so done. I called the non-emergency line to have her removed because she wouldn't leave, and I felt unsafe in my own home. Cops came. She cried to them, but they made her give the key back and leave. Now her friends and even some of mine are blowing up my phone saying I'm a monster for escalating to police over nothing, and that I overreacted to normal girl stuff. My family is split too. I feel sick about it, but also violated as hell. Am I overreacting? Was calling the police too far, or did I just uncover a total psycho? Be brutal. I need outside perspectives. And the TLDR is girlfriend was secretly going through all my stuff, impersonating me and tracking me. I kicked her out and involved police when she wouldn't leave. Now everyone says I'm the villain.
Ooh, that's just no. No, that was weird. That was really weird. Shady, weird, everything under the sun. What are we talking about? Of course, get the police involved. This is some crazy stalker lady. Ruin your whole life. She's impersonating you, using your identity just to figure out if you're cheating or not. Try to get the location of you. This girl is crazy. Like, I get being a little bit like, just like, I don't know what the best word is, but just clingy just because of just how she said she got cheated on in the past and traumatized and just having these issues.
Trauma.
But to completely, you're like engulfing this man. Absolutely, just like you. That's not love. That's obsession.
Okay.
Look at that. That's obsession.
But yeah, I think like what are the legal implications of impersonating somebody? Like there's because she's going to the extent of,
because that is a crime.
it is a crime. Like she's going into his Instagram and pretending to be him, talking to female coworkers as him. I don't think that that's criminal unless she's like asking for money and they like, you know, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is it, what is it? Seditious?
Not 100%, but I don't think she can do what she's doing. Just either way, for the most part, since she's not on the property's lease, she doesn't have any claim to staying, especially if the owner tells her that he needs to give the key back, so she has to comply with that whole situation. So with him calling the cops, I think that was the right move to go about, because she went kind of off the deep end. Like, what are we like? Did she literally just stated the fact that she's like gonna report to everybody that he's abusive. Like, what?
Yeah,
so we're just
crazy.
fabricating stuff now?
Yeah, I think it falls under.
This girl is crazy.
I had to look it up, but it does fall under slander and libel. So like, she has a defamation. Like, he has a defamation lawsuit. Low key.
That's what I'm saying, and I 100% understand the fact that he can go his whole route and get the defamation lawsuit. I think for right now, this lady's just crazy enough to just like be left alone. If she does anything crazier, then pursue more legal action, restraining order, and whatever else. I think she's just a little off her rocker right now, because that's too much. Yeah. All the things that she's doing secretly, trying to get the location, trying to see who he's hanging out with, trying to make sure that the people in his life are who they say they are. That's a little too much. I understand trauma. This is going a little bit beyond that.
From what OP is saying, I can't really, like, I don't really get a context of like what he was saying during this moment, you know? And so I got to give a little bit of grace for like, we don't know both sides of the story here, but
I mean, you could say that, but the fact that literally she was going to bring up just something about just abusing, that's where it comes a little bit rocky.
But what I was saying is the action of going into his private stuff and him finding that and then her immediately escalate, like freaking out over getting caught. That's not a good person. That's to me, that's a red flag in the relationship, at least.
I mean, red flag in the relationship. It's just like in general, just her whole, everything that she did there was just bad. Mm-hmm.
It seems like it escalated to like a really,
because it's, yeah, I mean, she didn't assume that she was going to get caught. It felt like she just had this delusion that she was just going to go and do this, and it wasn't going to be that big of a deal. And then when it was, and it became like as crazy as it did, I felt like she definitely went off the deep end and just started just coming up with stuff.
Yeah. Top comment says, "Nar. She blatantly invaded your privacy, contacted work colleagues without your knowledge, and refused to leave when you asked her, which is trespassing. I'm afraid she has some serious issues, and you were right to have her removed."
100%. Now, a quick word from our sponsors about Cozy Earth. Let's talk about something we spend a third of our lives doing: sleeping. Cozy Earth makes luxurious bamboo sheets, pajamas, and more. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the difference is real. Bamboo is naturally temperature regulating, incredibly soft, and way better for your skin than you'd think. If you've been tossing and turning on regular sheets, this is a genuine upgrade. If you're thinking about it, give our promo code a try. That's Project F, all capital, all one word, to get 21% off when you purchase anything such as sheets, pajamas, whatever you need, all in the link in the show notes.
So I think it's like pretty obvious that this guy is not the asshole.
No, not at all. Yeah. And the friends being like he's blowing his up, those are not true friends. What is happening? Either there's something different to the story we don't know, or there's just like these are the worst friends ever.
What I'm curious about is like, why is his family split on this? Because he said my family is split on how.
There's pieces here that seem like there's some missing elements to the story that aren't 100%.
Yeah.
But if this story is just spoken, like it's literally is how it's written, and it's just that's what happened. He came home, he saw the laptop, saw the search history, and went through everything, and that's how everything transpired. And it was the same thing when the girlfriend came over and they had a dispute, and then called for the police to come up. If all that is 100% factual, then I understand. I don't understand why everybody else is acting the way that they are. They should all be on board that this girl is a little bit crazy.
Secretly recording somebody and like then when you're getting caught, like threatening that you're going to tell everybody that you're an abuser is pretty crazy.
Yes, that like there's no middle ground. That's the only part that just comes off a little weird.
Well, I think you basically covered everything that can be covered about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless we get more to the story. Maybe, like I said, there might be some elements we're missing, but we'll never know. Maybe an update is in store.
Good thing, because this was actually only posted 4 hours ago.
This is currently happening.
Yep.
Got it.
In real time. So
Okay.
I'm sure there will be an update. It's something that maybe we can come back to in another episode. But moving on, I'm excited about this next one. So this next one is coming from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my cousin, quote, that's why you're single, unquote.
I don't know where this story's going, but Jesus Christ.
So yesterday I went to the beach with my aunt and one of my cousins. I'm the youngest in the group at 37. Today is my birthday and we were celebrating early by going out to the beach. Drinking was involved, which is likely why it blew up like it did. We had been at the beach for a few hours by this point, and we were debating extending our parking for a bit more time. My cousin, male, loudly trying to get me to turn around and look at a woman walking by. He was saying some pretty vulgar stuff, like, quote, you just know she likes it dirty and in the butt, unquote, and other random gross comments. He was saying it loudly enough that she could hear, and when she passed us, she turned and looked at us. So I looked at him and said, quote, this is why you're single, unquote. He kind of laughed and said something to me in an attempt to clap back, but then said, you know that's a hurtful thing to say, right? I told him I wasn't really concerned with his hurt feelings after all the gross things he said while basically catcalling a woman walking by. This resulted in us both shouting at each other and just packing up to leave. After dropping him off at his apartment, my aunt, his mother, said I didn't need to be mean to him. But, like, if you're standing around shouting vulgar shit, don't be surprised, Pikachu face, when someone calls you out for it. Was I really wrong? Am I the asshole because of what I said? Because I said I didn't care about his feelings? I'm not sure if this context is needed, but I'm a 37-year-old female. I mostly called him out because I was just grossed out about what he was saying.
This brother's a freak. The hell was that?
Yeah.
Kind of, what?
Yeah.
Brother's a freak.
No,
And the context that she's 37 years old is necessary for just to really get accountability of just how old these people are.
yeah, I totally
Like,
agree.
we're talking about this guy's at least anywhere from 37 onward. So we're talking early 40s kind of situation.
So he knows better.
So what are we discussing? Why is his aunt, his mother, probably this lady's maybe 60s? You are a grown man. Why are you talking about people in this way?
To your cousin. Not your friends. Not, like, your homies. This is your female cousin
Yes.
that you're around.
Yes.
And family that you're around.
Like, people gonna call you out when you're on some freaky type timing.
People should. I think people should call you out when you're like when men are talking like this. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
If
I
that's-
know. I do it all the time to my cousins. I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's like, okay. And I don't like that the aunt was not standing up for her being like, hey, that was gross.
Oh, because you know she got fed a BS story. He's
Really?
like,
You think so?
honestly, you think no? Because honestly, do you think she would have the aunt the OP would have told the aunt the story and then the aunt would have reacted that way? I feel like the cousin told his aunt or his mom the way that everything transpired and just mentioned a fluff past the point where he said some freaky stuff.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely feel like when somebody says something like that, mom, dad, cousin, brother, sister, you're gonna look at them funny. Like, what did you just say? Like, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, top comment says his mom defending him probably explains why he never learned better.
Ugh, that's also part of it. I'm like, you got your mom
Mic drop.
to fight your battles. You're a grown man.
Yeah, you're 37 years old and your mom's coming out being like, you shouldn't be mean to him. After you know what he said. Like, he was, like, degrading another woman so loud that the other woman could hear it, which is so
Yes.
embarrassing and like so awkward.
Awkward, embarrassing, the whole rift. Like, what are we
Yeah.
talking? Like,
I
that's
don't
the
like
whole.
that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The whole situation's weird.
I don't like catcalling unless like I mean I just feel like catcalling in general is like
Bruh,
risky.
that wasn't even catcalling. That was like
That was just vulgar.
that was just, you don't do that. I don't even know what I could say, but that wasn't catcalling. That wasn't flirting. That was you're not even shooting your shot.
Yeah.
You're not even shooting your shot.
You're just being weird. Like I don't know if that's right response for me, but I'm just like, why would you say that out loud? The Freudian slip? I don't know.
Like if that's your way of flirting, my God.
Yeah, that is why you're single. Like I don't know. It's just like you see a beautiful woman and then you say you're not like, oh my God, you're just so you're so beautiful. You say like, she likes it dirty. You're creepy.
If that's ever worked for you in a flirting situation,
Let us know in the comments.
let us know, because you got to be the next reincarnation of Brad Pitt, because that's not happening. You're not hitting that.
Yeah. Other comments say the fact that he felt comfortable to say that in front of his mom too, and then added a barf emoji.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if he told his mom what he specifically said. That'd be a little crazy. And if mom still defended him after he said exactly what he said, that's even crazier.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's crazy that we're talking about like 40-year-olds on some like teenager type stuff. Grow up.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, time and place. I don't know how comfortable they are with their family, but I've never been that comfortable with my family where I could just be like, I don't, like, icky.
Nah, because I don't look outside of that. Like, this isn't a type of conversation that you have with people. I genuinely do believe that. Like, you don't have that type of disrespect to people, and you don't talk about that like that, especially to family or anything like that. If I caught any of my younger cousins talking to me in that way, I would genuinely scold them about, don't ever say it again.
I feel like you would, like, I really like that you're saying that, and I feel like you would pull them for a chat.
It's like, listen,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. Maybe she might have looked good, but I don't like the way, first and foremost, what you said and how you went about it. Don't ever do that again.
I like that. That's a really good quality to have.
Because that's not, I don't feel like that's a normal conversation. Like, even if I was like, let's say I was like 17, 18, I went to the beach with like a group of my friends, or just college, high school kids, and we just go. Maybe I'd hear it sometimes, like in that situation, but at the same time, I wouldn't like, yo, that's still disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about it, and then you can have a chat with your boys, but like to let them hear it and then just go over. But no, you have to be scolded. You don't do something like that. That's disrespectful to that person, first and foremost. And I just know that all you do is just objectively look at somebody and you just think the nastiest thing.
Yeah. And I don't think the devil needs an advocate, but like to play a little bit of like what she said specifically, the fact that she said, this is why you're single. I hope that she followed up with like, you like with that, just be like, you can't talk to somebody like that. That is disrespectful. That's not okay. Mm-hmm. But like saying a slick comment being like, oh, this is why you're single. I think that's true. I think it's valid for her to say. Could she say more as well? It being her family. I'm like, yeah, sure. You can like go into like why that's not, but you don't need to teach a 37-year-old man how to ride.
No, you don't ever. If that old of an age, if you still need to teach somebody how to be a proper person, there's a lot more going on to that, and there's a lot more things that need to be broken down. Mm-hmm. But especially like how I was saying, like especially if something like that happened to my younger cousins, like I would scold them, but still be a little playful into the situation. It's like, this is why you don't have a girl. This is why you're single. This is why you don't get anybody. Mm-hmm. You don't know how to talk to people, and you don't know how to engage in a conversation.
Like in the year of our Lord 2026, with everything out there, you're still talking to people.
In the big 26, you're still talking to people.
We're still like, hey, mama. Like in some icky way, like leering.
Did that Super Bowl commercial teach nobody anything? Come on.
Which Super Bowl? Which
the
one?
It's like, I don't remember what year it was, but the two guys were like the guy was really interested, and he was gonna catcall this girl. Mm-hmm. He goes over to just like kind of get himself ready and go talk to her, and the friend is like, no. It's like, come on now. Yeah. We should limit that kind of catcalling. If you're being actually flirty and you're being respectful, you take a moment, it's like, hey, can I have a moment to speak, and just go about natural ways, go ahead. But at the same time, understand time and place, respectful in certain situations, and keep the disrespect to yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I think he could have just kept that on the inside because nobody needed to hear that.
Listen, because at the same time, did make mention if they were drinking, and maybe that had something to do with it. But I'm a very big advocate of being like, when you're drunk, you just become a very, like,
your mouth gets a little bit loose, I feel.
I don't think so. This is
Really?
what I'm
Okay.
trying to get at. Like, it's just you, but amplified. Like when you're
Well,
drunk.
that's him amplified.
Yes.
I don't know if I.
Because that means he might be just holding it and he's not as disrespectful, but still as disrespectful as a person. But I truly think that, like, drunk you is just you, just amplified. Like, the person that you really are, it just boosted.
I agree. And like one of the commenters says, OP, I'm so glad you called him out on his nasty behavior. I'm sure it won't change him, but maybe there's a small glimmer of hope that he will think twice about being so nasty.
No, he's gonna talk to his friends about the way that his cousin disrespected him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
For sure.
I think you're so right on that. I think you're so right that he's the type of person who would just turn around and just be like, "Oh, I'm a victim. My cousin was mad at me. What a meanie." Like, and never learn from it, unfortunately. Yeah.
100%. I could see that happening without a doubt. Like, he's around his buddies, they're drinking some beers, and he's like, "You won't believe what happened to me this weekend."
Yeah, and just like make it into another.
Yeah, and then spin the story to be like he was the victim in this situation.
Yeah, we read him like a book, easy.
You know, we'll never truly know if we read him like a book, but if you're out there and you ever see this, do comment and know if I did read you like a book.
Yeah, but I'm on OP's side. I don't think you're the asshole. I think we can agree on that one.
100%.
That one's pretty easy. Both of these, pretty easy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very simple. I think they just needed a little bit of guidance to know that they are doing the right thing. Yes.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing for yourself, and that's the most important thing, because I think, like, saying something is better than not saying something at all.
I think with both these stories are hold people accountable.
Yes. And that could be our theme for today.
FAFO.
Wait, what?
FAFO. You know what that is?
No.
Fuck around and find out.
Not me sitting here thinking that you're like saying some like philosophical like like this is standing for like friends and friends.
Absolutely not. I mean, it can if you really wanted to.
I like that. Okay, so moving on. I actually have a scary story.
Ooh, it's great.
Yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. Very excited to possibly scare the underpants off of Kelvin.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but the atmosphere is perfect.
It's stormy.
It's thundering outside.
Thundering. The ghosts in the podcast studio are definitely here with us.
They're ghosting. I do notice that.
Did you see that lightning? That well-timed lightning?
Well, not really, because
ghosts.
I'm not looking out the window.
There's ghosts. And the thunder. Yeah, there are ghosts in here. I stand by that.
Fair enough.
Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So the title here is Me and My Friends Went Camping. Apparently, they never existed.
Who are your friends?
Let's find out. So me, 19 male, and my friends, Aaron, 19 male, and Noah, 19 male, had been meaning to go on a camping trip in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. We had heard the rumors of how haunted the area was, which had immediately caught our interest. As we had intended to go on the camping trip with the intention of hopefully finding something spooky or paranormal, it was also not too far away from us. As we all lived in Boston, so it was only around a 5-hour drive. For a bit of context, me and my friends had known each other for 4 months, as we had all started attending the same college, and all 3 of us shared a dorm together. I got to know them pretty quickly and became quite close with them. Both Aaron and Noah had previously known each other from high school, so I was kind of the new guy to them. However, they would both always talk about how they are big into the paranormal scene and are very interested in investigating sometimes. I'm also very interested in the paranormal, and me and one of my close friends from high school actually went investigating at some local attractions. So, Aaron and Noah both suggested that over the winter break, we should all go camping and do some investigating for ourselves. That was the scariest thunder I have ever heard in my entire life.
You know what's wild is that I hope that the microphone picked it up, because if not, you just randomly paused in the middle of the story.
Yeah, that scared the absolute bejesus out of me. I think my ass just clenched so tight. But anyways, okay, so back to it. They suggested we should go camping in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, as it's widely regarded as haunted, and there are many ghost stories from that area. So we all agreed. And I asked if I could bring my friend from high school that I had previously been investigating with, as we'd both been talking about meeting up for a trip sometime. So my friend, Ryan, 19 male, agreed for this trip, and we made a group chat for planning. So, cut to winter break. We were all excited, and Ryan had met Aaron and Noah prior to the trip, so he wasn't going camping with two strangers. We left around 3 p.m., which was kind of late considering it got dark around 5 p.m., since it was winter. But Aaron insisted we didn't leave too early. He blamed it on not being a morning person, which was immediately strange, as he was always the first to get up each morning and had never previously mentioned anything about it. But at the time, I didn't think too much into it. Around 3 hours into our drive, it was already pitch black out, and we still had another 2 hours left to kill, which Ryan was complaining about, as it was only meant to be a one-night camping trip, and it now felt like it was going to be shortened down. Aaron and Noah didn't seem to care, however, and they were still saying it was going to be a good trip. Keep in mind, Noah was driving, which will be important later. We were now about an hour from arriving, and we were literally in the middle of nowhere. Noah insisted on stopping on this random one-way road so he could take a leak, and Aaron said he would go with him. 5 minutes had passed, and me and Ryan were just having a conversation and talking about how we are kind of mad that we still hadn't arrived yet, considering how late it was. Another 5 minutes passed, and we started to get concerned as to how long both Aaron and Noah had been away for. We both agreed to go out and check. We got out of the car and proceeded to call their names, but there was no response. We weren't too worried, as we both kind of collectively thought that they were just trying to scare us, so we decided to get in and wait another 10 minutes or so, as they would likely get bored or cold or both, and just come back in the car. Keep in mind, Noah still had the car keys with him, so we were both pretty annoyed, considering we were already hours late. After another 10 minutes had passed, there was no sign of Noah or Aaron. So we started to get a little creeped out. We got out of the car yet again, only to be met with the sound of the car's door locking just as we got out, ultimately locking us out of the car and trapping us in the freezing cold. We both just looked at each other, visibly annoyed, as Noah and Aaron surely had to be playing a joke on us since the car locked, so someone had the keys and was nearby doing that to the car. So we both decided to go together and walk in the same direction they went to take a leak in. But keep in mind that the road was surrounded by trees, so it's not like we could just see them hiding behind a bush or something. We both walked out into the woods quite far, to the point that the car wasn't visible anymore, and all of a sudden, we heard a chainsaw start up to our left, and there was a guy in a black hoodie running towards us with a chainsaw. We both sprinted back towards the direction of the car, and when we got to the road, the car had disappeared. It was the exact same piece of road in which we parked, as there was a very distinguishable shaped boulder not too far from the road that was very recognizable. So we knew we were in the right spot. Both me and Ryan agreed to run along the road, hoping to run into a car or maybe a house. But we could still hear the chainsaw in the distance. Thankfully, we ran about a mile and ran into someone driving along the road. We stopped him and explained our situation, and he agreed to give us a ride to a more populated area, as there was apparently a small town not too far away. We arrived at the town and called the police and told them everything that happened. They put out a search for both Aaron and Noah, as they were assumed to be either in danger or missing, as if the car was gone, then someone would have had to take the keys off of them. We gave the police their information, but they were confused, as nothing came up for either of them. I then explained how they also attended the same college as me and were my roommates, but that was all I really knew. The officers said that was enough for the night, and they were able to transport us back home to Boston, and we would be questioned tomorrow. However, by the time we got back to the dorm room, all of Noah's and Aaron's belongings were gone. There was not a trace of them in the dorm room. It was as if they never lived here, or they had moved out. When the police officer arrived for further questioning, he discovered that there was no record of Aaron and Noah ever attending the college and became suspicious of us. A sick feeling filled my stomach as I realized what was really going on. Aaron and Noah must have lured me and Ryan out to try and murder us, using fake names and pretending to attend college for months to gain my trust. I don't know if there'll be any updates, as I don't know if they will ever find those people who pretended to be our friends. If the police do come to any conclusions, I will post an update.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, how does this make any sense? Like, I'm just trying to, like, really rationalize what could have happened. And the way that OP kind of does bring in that ending to where he thinks, like, these are just impersonators does give it a little bit more merit. Like, that's probably what happened. But, like, the whole story is just so outlandish that you just thinking about it, I'm like, what? So let's take this from, like, a paranormal point of view. Then that begs the offer. It's like, how did they get in a position for where they're almost all the way in New Jersey, or how have they been in the car for this long, or certain situations like, oh, why didn't they ever see, and why was it only just one person with a chainsaw? Stuff like that.
There's a lot of questions.
It creates a lot of questions. The other route with just like the assuming that these were just people who faked their identity to lure these kids out. They waited months to do this. I mean, understandable, but like something planned out, hashed out, this whole thing, that was what the whole setup was. So you already, the moment you met this guy, you were already like had that in your mind. There's things along the way that were just like, no matter how you want to really dice up this story and really kind of get to the meat and potatoes of it, you're just like, what do I what do I fathom as like this is factual versus like this is made up?
We do have an update.
Oh,
yeah, we actually do. So first of all, this post was actually made 28 days ago. And I looked at the account. The account is actually 5 years old, which makes me feel like this is a normal, real person. They kind of comment on stuff, but nothing too crazy. Like nothing that's like giving this is a completely fake account. This is nothing at all. But somebody does comment. This is not OP, but they say, hate to be a bucket of cold water, but this can't be true. First, the Pine Barrens are not 5 hours from Boston. I've done that trip. It's at least 7 hours. Second, the Pine Barrens aren't haunted by anything other than the Jersey Devil. Third, a guy with a chainsaw? Stop it. Be more creative next time. Fourth, pretending to be in college for 4 months? You really think 2 young men are going to play that game for 4 whole months, being your roommate, just to kill you? Fifth, if they weren't students, they wouldn't have access to the dorms. 6, there's no way, 1, a New Jersey police officer drove you to Boston, and 2, a Boston police officer told you there was no record of those men at your school. New Jersey police won't go outside their jurisdiction even if it's only a mile away, and certainly not 5 to 7 hours back to Boston. And they'd never tell you information from a potential crime investigation.
That is all true.
Yeah. OP responds to this.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it. Fresh. Right here for you. You ready for it?
Talking like that.
I don't know. I was thinking about Spider Noir in this moment right now and Nicolas Cage.
Have you watched it?
No, but I want to.
How are you making a reference you don't understand?
Because he speaks like this, like the transatlantic.
Bro is fourth dimensional, creating new memes as we speak.
I watched The Amazing Spider-Man, so like I kind of know how he speaks. I don't know how.
What do you mean you watched The Amazing Spider-Man? He's not in that.
He's in Into the Spider-Verse. I can't be trusted, but my transatlantic accent, I can't do it. I'm so sorry.
Okay. What's the update?
So the update, OP says, first off, yes, the Pine Barrens are roughly a 5-hour drive from Boston. Secondly, if you get stranded nearly 5 hours away from your home and have no way of getting back, I'm a college student, the police will arrange transport for you to get you back home safely. Next, the dorms weren't official student accommodation and were apartments we had rented near campus. Finally, the police officer that came the morning after investigated further to find out Aaron and Noah's full names so they can identify them, only to find out they never attended the school. And you're also surprised that a murderer is holding a weapon? You really didn't think too much before posting this. You also said that the drive from Boston is at least 7 hours, yet you also stated how a police officer wouldn't drive 5 to 7 hours. You're just contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
But then again, that didn't offer us like a lot of information.
It didn't really offer any information, to be honest with you. But like with that, it's just the first thing. It's kind of like the first thing that I iterated. It's just like there are ways that you perceive this story in different ways depending on how you want to truthfully go about. Like, is this more of like a ghost thing, or is it more just like a psycho people kind of thing? Like, what depending on what narrative you want to run with, this is a little bit different of a story.
Yeah.
I think to just make it more realistic, I think that mainly, I think this was more of like maybe you had some crazy people.
Yeah.
Like, these are two guys that thought they could get away with doing this murder and things might have happened.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, go and read stories about like serial killers. Like, they are methodically crazy.
Yeah, and I think also, so OP does comment one more time. The last time OP is active on Reddit is 9 days ago, which is pretty, that's pretty recent. And so somebody was asking, they pretended to go to college. They were assigned to a dorm room. And then OP does respond, we were renting private accommodation, yes. Which makes a lot more sense for his story, because if they just never show up and they weren't students, I think you can technically get student housing in an apartment without
actually being a student.
Be affiliated with the school. I think everywhere is different, but that does give a little bit of like, okay, it does feel a little bit true.
I mean, with that part specifically, I just think OP shouldn't have referred it to a student housing, because it really isn't student housing. They're just students in a house.
They're just students in a house. So this must be fake.
Because that's really all that's happening.
Yeah. I think that this one, based off some of our other scary stories, this one feels a lot more legit to me.
It's hard to call it legit just because like there's so many elements in the story where it's just like it's so much unknown. Like we're left with like, purposefully so, because of the way the introduction starts with like the fact that they were ghost hunting and stuff, like, oh, was this like a spooky telling of a story where it's like, oh, these kids never actually existed? Or is this more a horror thing where it's like, oh, these guys existed. Yeah. They just had bad intentions. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to go into third ruffle in, maybe these guys were real, but then got murdered by the guy with the chainsaw.
I mean, he doesn't say if they checked the area, if the police gave them any updates on these people. What's crazy is it's probably not them being murdered, is all of their stuff was gone. Mm-hmm. And they were one thing that kind of like makes me freak out is that they were driving the car. They were driving really slow, abnormally slow. So like the two friends were like, what is going on? Why is this taking you so long? That's sketchy. I
mean, that's the part where really I buy into that second story where these guys might have been just lunatics.
Yeah, that it might have just been like genuinely they like saved themselves from getting murdered in the woods by a chainsaw.
Not great, but the fact that they could still sprint a mile, that's good job, guys.
Yeah, they're 19.
You guys were apt.
19, they're moving fast. And
it's not about age, it's just being athletic enough. There's some 19-year-olds that need to really start cracking on the treadmill.
Yeah, and I did want to comment on what you were saying about it being paranormal, and like what really changed it for me when I was reading that is that like Ryan experienced these two men as well.
Yes, these are real people.
They texted, they met.
And we wouldn't even had the ghost thing if it wasn't the way this story introduced it.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, you wouldn't be thinking about ghosts, but because he started off with, like, we sometimes do just, like, paranormal investigation, that's when the story really kind of started to, like, oh, maybe this is kind of like a ghost story. But, again, this might just be a story.
It might just be a story, but it is on r/true scary stories. So everything posted
You
here
don't
is
know.
supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
It's supposed to be completely true. But I do see that they posted the same story to r/scary stories.
Mm.
So that does offer a little bit of like, why are you trying to post this everywhere? What's your purpose behind this? You're not asking for more information.
Just comment if you think this is true or not.
Yeah.
It's quite the little story to unravel.
I want to believe, like, I like going into a lot of these scary stories, believing the writer, because I feel like it makes it more interesting.
I just look at details. I'm like, I
do?
need more details. I feel like we have the core elements of a good story, and it lies to you enough to be like you're invested into it. But then at the end, you're just like, oh, now I have so many questions that, like, it doesn't even come off as real anymore.
Yeah.
Like, with some things, like, if you answer things enough, like, you have, like, a definite situation, and that's how it's supposed to be interpreted, to where, like, a story, you're supposed to be left almost on a cliffhanger. It leaves you wanting more.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm like, that does give credence that this could be a true story, like, I'm on that side for it, is his account's 5 years old. These are the first 2 posts he's ever made, besides something that's just like a random spoiler from 3 years ago. It makes me feel like this person is actually telling us a story.
Because, like, the biggest thing for me is that, like, if you're telling me we're going to go hiking or camping or, like, investigating, and, like, we decide to, like, they said it was anywhere from 5 to, like, 7 hours to take that trip.
Mm-hmm.
If we're leaving to go there and then come back and it's already nighttime, we missed the window. The window would be for us to get out on the road and be there by 4 o'clock, figure out where we're going to go, and then hopefully around, like, that 7 o'clock time, things are starting to darken up, and then start the investigation. Because paranormal, they used to do it at night and the whole shebang, whatever. Whatever they were going to do, they were off. Timing-wise, this shouldn't be nighttime when they're traveling. It should still be daytime. Like, when are you traveling and you choose the latest time to...
Yeah, that's not smart. That's not safe either. And I mean, you're not expecting that your friends aren't going to be actually, like, people that they said that they were ever. If you're deciding to go on a long
question
trip.
question everybody. Question everything.
Question everybody. Yeah.
No one's safe. They're all a bunch of weirdos.
I mean,
especially if you're going camping with them.
Yeah.
You gotta know who you're going with.
I'm kind of glad that they got out of the car, though.
Hey guys, if you've been curious about matcha but thought it was complicated, think again. Mantra Matcha has blends with actual benefits. We're talking sustained energy without the jitters, better focus, and a smooth taste that doesn't taste like grass clippings. If you want to try their most popular flavors, I highly suggest the banana cacao. It's incredible, it's smooth, rich, and perfect for muscle recovery and mood. Or grab their superfood berry blend, packed with many antioxidants to fight inflammation and keep your energy steady all day long. Whether you're the traditional ceremonial vibes or just want to throw it into your morning routine, Mantra's got premium Japanese matcha that actually tastes good. If you've been hesitant, now is the best time to give it a try, because when you use our promo code Project F, all capital, all one word, you get 15% off. Try it today and you'll be wondering why you waited so long. Again, that's Project F, all caps together. I'm kind of pissed off they didn't leave a door open.
Well, okay, they got out of the car, shut it, and because they were outside of the car,
but my thought process,
they saw Mr. Chainsaw Man.
My thought process would have been like, oh, I would have still stayed in the car, or like not even stay in the car. Keep the door open, knowing that I don't have the keys. Because my biggest thing is every single time is make sure I have my keys on me so the car doesn't automatically lock on accident.
But so, like, how long would you have waited before you went to go investigate where your friends are?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
As a
I
guy,
think they waited longer.
As a guy, like, peeing takes you a minute or two. Yeah. If you're doing the business in the woods, you're not going to be comfortable no longer than 10 minutes.
No long. Okay. So they waited like an abnormal amount of time. They were like, twiddling their fingers a little bit because it was over 10 minutes that they were waiting. And then they got out. And then they saw the chainsaw man in the woods coming towards them. I don't know.
Also, who do you think you are? A chainsaw in the cold? The least effective weapon you can use. Like, if you're holding a chainsaw, you're not reaching me.
Wait, what does the cold have to do with it also being ineffective?
It's just completely just about, like, honestly, endurance. Like, this guy's running.
Like, if you're gonna murder 2 people in the woods.
Yeah, like, a chainsaw is the least effective tool you could use. Because, like, that thing's, like, what, 10, 15 pounds that you're running with in front of you just to chase these guys down?
And it's not like, okay, so, like, I don't get it because it's not like they were trying to rob them.
Mm-hmm. We don't know anything. They just know crazy guy in a chainsaw with a hoodie. That's it.
Friend's gone. Crazy chainsaw man. And then they get back and all of their belongings are gone. They're not real people. What was the intent there?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing for 4 months? I don't know. Now I don't feel like it's real.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If you talk about it, converse about it, it comes off. It's like there's too many missing elements to be like, this story just doesn't have, like, I feel like a person who was in the situation would have more to tell. They saw more things. They noticed more things. They gave more opinions about things. Yeah. This just seems like somebody who just kind of like vaguely wrote a narrative, and this is just kind of like a good start to like a book.
I see what you mean, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a decent start to a book, but it raises more questions than it answers them. But I don't know. They're also 19.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't have like a lot of... Well, okay, one of my favorite authors wrote a lot of her books at 19, and they're a lot more detailed than this. So I can't judge just based off of their age. Yeah, I mean, if this is true, kind of amazing that they were able to get out of that alive, because there's nothing scarier to me than like being chased down by a chainsaw.
Also, a hitchhiker's gonna pick you up. We're assuming like what, 8, 9 p.m. at night on this dark road where there's, as stated before, nobody really around. Even I would have some hesitations letting anybody in my car.
I feel like there's a lot of perfect pieces to this story. But it was still very terrifying.
Definitely so.
Were you spooked? Are your underpants still firmly in place?
They're still firmly in place. Still
okay.
Neat. It's just, like I said, more questions than answers now. Like, I am more like, is it a story? Is it not a story? Was it paranormal? Or was it more like a true crime? Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many different ways to view this story that you're just kind of just like, I don't know. It's questions on questions.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about it from like a crime perspective, you got to have a motive for the crime. And I don't understand what their motive would have been.
Yeah.
Just to murder? I guess.
Why a chainsaw?
I guess you're stuck on the chainsaw.
I'm stuck on the chainsaw.
It does seem theatrical. Like that
Very
commenter
theatrical.
said, it's like, really? The weapon that they're using is a chainsaw. Where did they have, like, it seems like they pulled off to an unmarked area as well.
And what if I heard you revving up the chainsaw? Like, sometimes chainsaws don't just turn on immediately. You got to give them a few pulls just to get.
That's the scariest part of the chainsaw. It's like you're not expecting the chainsaw sound, and then it's the sound of a chainsaw revving is more scary than the visual of somebody holding a chainsaw, in my opinion.
Fair enough. But still, comical weapon. Like, it's great horror stuff, but just like unrealistically comical.
Unrealistic because it's like, why does that man have a chainsaw in the woods? I don't know. It would be like a knife, I feel like. Or like
a machete.
A machete. That's Jason's weapon.
I know. That's why immediately I thought I'm like, is bro trying to be Leatherface with the chainsaw? Like, what is he doing?
Jason with the hockey mask.
No, he's trying to be Leatherface with the chainsaw. We're speaking
he's
as
not
if
trying to be. I got what you mean. I'm here. I was like, wait, what? He's trying, but the guy was just wearing a hoodie, so he didn't fully commit. So I can't say that this is true just based off that. If he fully committed to full Leatherface.
You wanted him to have the Leatherface?
Yeah, if he had full Leatherface, full overalls, full chainsaw.
For those that don't know, it's not, his face isn't actually made of leather. If you know the movies, you know what it's made out of.
It's a sack of scary things. Scary skin sack. I don't
I said
that.
I was trying to hover. I was trying to hover over it, and you just like Let's just touch on it.
I don't like how he said that. I don't know how to recover from that.
I think you don't. I just think you leave a comment. Let us know if you felt like this was a true story or not, or if it was a true crime or was more paranormal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I absolutely love reading these scary stories to you. I love reading Reddit stories. Please, if you can, support us. If you can if you can subscribe, if you can leave a comment, if you can
let your friends know. Get engagement going.
Yes, be one of our loyal little gremlins and tell the world about us so that we can grow.
We got to work on the name because I don't really calling people gremlins.
But in like the most endearing sense. They're my little gremlins. You know, just go out, tell your friends, get people to listen to the podcast because we are growing. It's been pretty amazing seeing the growth over the past couple of weeks.
It's actually very exciting. So thank you guys for listening. Each and every one of you mean the world.
Thank you so much because honestly, we are having so much fun with this. It's almost like our little therapy sessions too, weekly. Me and Kelvin, we work a lot. We do a lot during school. We're constant students. We're constant hard workers. And so to be able to come every single week and just really do something fun is really special to us. And the fact that you're listening is pretty amazing.
All right. I think that'll wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much. We love all of you.
Have a good day wherever you are. Bye.
Bye-bye.